In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay in for the night.
Ha ha! I did it this time.
You're just being my struggle bus right now.
I am always your struggle bus. That is on my certificate when I'm born. It says, fuck with Katie when you get married.
Who, Katie? But yeah, so hi guys. Y'all know who I am. I'm Lur.
Hi, you know who I am. I'm Katie.
Did you see what we did there?
Did you see? Did you catch on? Do you know what happened? It's opposite day. Opposite day. Opposite day. Break me off a piece of that opposite day.
So we're going to do this today. I'm just going to sit here and let you just go.
You know,
remember UHF where the guy was just playing with the toys and he's just like eating cereal and he's like, it tastes like poop, and he's like, bring toy inside, and he's just by himself on the TV screen and he's just playing with that little pterodactyl on the string and he's like, rah, 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 rah.
That guy's insane.
That's you. That's you.
Well, you know, it's like when I sleep deprive myself and then I start drinking, I just act all loopy.
Whose fault was sleep deprivation?
Yours, because you don't ever let me sleep.
That is not true.
No, it's everybody's like, no, it's because that fucker plays video games.
That's damn fucking straight. I'm like sitting there in my meetings and I'll text him and I just ask him, hey, are you going to bed yet? Because we have to record tonight. We have to watch the movie and record. Are you going to go to bed? And he's like, yeah, I'm about to. 2 hours later.
2 hours later. Are you going to go to bed? Yeah, I'm about to.
I'm like...
2 hours later.
I'm about to go to the chiropractor and he's still up wandering around looking at shit. And I'm just like, are you going to bed? Like,
I had to change my base today because some fucktar in the game decided to put his base camp like literally right next to me.
He wants to be friends.
No, because he's not in my freaking clan. So I can't make my max borders max because he's fucking next to me. And he also made his borders all the way. So if he would have put a building there, I would have been boxed in. Like I wouldn't be able to get in or out. So
nobody puts baby in a corner.
Exactly. No one puts baby in a corner. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I hate you.
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
So I had to get the hell out of there. So I did. So I had to like move all my... Luckily I didn't have like a bunch of stuff. I had to move all my shit down like to my other one, make a base, put a wall around it, make another wall so I can put my shit in there, and then I went to bed. I was trying to do it as fast as possible, but what took longer is I kept fucking falling asleep.
You fell asleep?
Fuck yeah, I did. I would sit there. I
thought you were just listening to all my movies,
like
my meetings.
My headphones on. I'm listening to your meetings and you telling people that you're just going to cancel shit. And I'm like sitting here with headphones on and like I'm running. And I guess I doze off and I can just feel because I play as a vampire on my games. I just feel myself burning and it's like, and it gets louder as like before you catch on fire. And that's what wakes me up. I'm like, fuck. I had to like move myself out of the sun into the shade. That happens so many times. So.
And if you're from my work, which I hear that some people are actually starting to listen, which is awesome. I'm only canceling meetings because I know everybody's busy and it's a one-on-one, so I have the choice, so it's fine. But yeah, how was your week?
Well, I worked my 7 this week, so I mean, I can't really talk about my job because it's like I can get in trouble. Yeah, but
you always talk about your job before.
Yeah, but I never actually say like I don't think I've actually said where I work. Maybe I did on the first episode, but people might not remember.
So they're going to go back and listen to episode 1.
Plus, no one from, I don't think anyone from Works listens besides maybe one guy, the one who suggested we watch Curious Case of Benjamin Button. But I think he only listened to that one episode. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of crap going on. Like supervisors, managers, employees, like crew chiefs. It's a whole mess of things. I wish I can go in depth, but I'm pretty sure no one wants to hear that anyway. But it's basically a shit show going on right now. So I'll tell you later if you want to hear about it. But it's just
I probably
insane.
don't, but I'll listen.
It's insane. But anyway,
are you going to lose your job?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything. But no, it's just It's. I'll just say, the hangar that I'm in, it's poorly ran. I'll say that,
Wah, wah,
and that goes to the higher.
wah.
That's from the higher ups, and everybody is complaining about it. But
Maybe I should just start there, not knowing a single thing, and just be the manager or supervisor. I could get shit done. I could get shit done. I don't know shit, but I'll be like, fix that.
become a manager then, because then you can actually you can have a say so in what happens possibly. Because right now, the thing is it's ran by people who have never been like a mechanic before, so they don't really know exactly the steps to happen. And apparently they're supposed to change it to where the planners put our bill of work together. They don't work the damn plane. They don't know what needs to be done first, or what can be done first, and what comes second, third, fourth, fifth, and down the line. So it's just like they want visual progress, and sometimes that visual progress contradicts something else, because you might do this, but then you got to backtrack and redo that whole thing because you went ahead. So it's just like, but they want visual progress. So, hey,
Sorry.
Our
So,
puppy.
guys, take a shot. That was a puppy. He's like wagging his tail. He's so excited.
Why is he trying to eat the cover in the first place?
He wants to play now. Of course, it's playtime. We're doing the podcast.
I should have brought some toys in here. But yeah, so it's just been an interesting week. But now I'm on my 7 days off. Yay! Clap, 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 clap.
Well, you're working tomorrow.
Oh yeah, fuck. I forgot about that. Shit.
And you might work a double tomorrow.
No, they would have told me by now if I had
Did
the
you
midnight
check?
shift. I haven't checked mine.
Well, then don't check now. Check after. I don't even think you have a phone.
Is. But yeah, so how was your week?
Busy. I don't remember it, but busy.
That's usually how it goes.
Just a lot of meetings. It's been a lot of back-to-back meetings and trying to get things done in between meetings. And I'm covering for like 5 people, and it's fine. It's well and good, but it's not funny. Arrow's just like slowly chewing on the blanket. Didn't even hit him.
It was close.
And so it's just a lot, and I'm trying to make sure everything gets done. But
I might need to run and get a toy because he's going to eat that cover.
Well, push pause then. Yeah, so had a lot of meetings, had one-on-ones, had projects that I'm working on. It's just a lot. And so that's pretty much my weekend, my week.
Your weekend? Damn.
It feels like
That's
forever.
a shitty weekend.
Oh my god. But no. So now it's the weekend. I'm excited.
It is the weekend, and it's only Friday. It's not Saturday yet, so you still got 2 days.
I just think 2 nights of not having to worry about sleeping.
What?
Because, like, I can go to bed whenever and, like, wake up whenever, but I still wake up early.
You still go to bed early, you still wake up early. So,
Because I'm sleepy.
like, I'm pretty sure you're about to fall asleep right now on the podcast.
No, I'm
You're
good.
just going to doze off.
Like you do on your video game.
Yeah. That's when you know it's time to get off, when you start falling asleep on the video game, especially a fun one.
Especially a fun one.
I mean, I was moving shit. I wasn't really doing anything, like, super fun, so I was getting real sleepy.
Real sleep. Sleep.
Sleep.
Before we get into it, I just wanted to announce that on Patreon, I'm going to be doing a sub podcast. Not going to be long, maybe 15 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes, depending. I'm naming it Ugly Sunday. Do you not remember why I call it Ugly Sunday?
Yeah, because you're, like, just not giving a crap Sunday, basically.
So before I used to like dress up, wear makeup and all that shit and look decent. And on Sundays, I just wouldn't wear makeup. I would just go about my day, like wear whatever I want. And I called it Ugly Sunday because it's like a day you have no judgment against yourself. It's free. It's open. You can do whatever you want. And it's Ugly Sunday. So that's how I celebrate every Sunday, except now it's like every day situation. But
Every day. Every day, ugly. No. How would you say that? Ugly every day?
ugly every day. Ugly every day that ends in day.
Ugly day. There we go. That works.
Ugly days.
Ugly days. There we go.
There we go. Ugly for days.
See? We get better as we go, but I don't have anything else. So
I'm just okay, you're done. All right. So movie this week. Do you remember what it was?
we just watched it. Wasn't it The Mask?
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't chosen that one yet.
I thought that was like the first one we watched.
No, we watched Inception.
I thought it was the second one we watched.
We didn't watch Mask at all.
We haven't?
No.
I was going to choose that earlier, and I was like, no, we already seen that. I can't choose it again. We have not seen them. Fuck. That might, I don't know. It's between that one and the other one I said.
Just think about it. Anyway, do you want to read the synopsis? Synopsi?
What was that? You speaking alien language now? Alien language?
Okay, Urkel.
All right, so we got Dante's Peak.
I thought you were going to say Dante's Inferno, and I was like, that is not right.
That's a video game. No.
That's a book.
And also a video game. Dante's Peak. And no, I'm skipping everything. So 6 out of 10 on IMDb.
6 out of 10?
We got a 28% on Rotten Potatoes. We got
28%?
28%.
That means it got really low.
I don't know if it's supposed to be higher or lower is good. I have no idea.
I think it has to be higher. Higher means better. Because then the potatoes are not rotten.
And we got 43% on Metacritic. So and 78% like this movie. I like how all those are always low, but like Google users is always high.
There's like a cult following.
What? How's it a cult following?
I don't know. Just random people. Like there's a movie called Bad Ben, and it's found footage. Found footage is my favorite type of horror movie. Just if anybody ever wants to know that. And it's called Bad Ben. And it's terrible. It's like very terrible. And I looked it up. And watching it was interesting. The guy uses his security cameras because he put security cameras up because the furniture would move around. And he's like, what the fuck? He's like an old guy. And it was just him and his security cameras and his friend. That's it. And he was like,
friend was doing it.
No. Well, she did it as a joke at first. And he was like, what? And then that's how the movie Bad Ben came about. And so it was really bad. And apparently it became such a cult following that he made like 4 extras. And now he's like a bajillionaire.
What?
Anyway.
But it was bad. How can you...
Just like people like bad movies, you know?
I don't.
I like B movies every so often.
I don't like bad movies. Like especially like a lot of the ones that show up on, is it Hulu? They're like poorly made movies.
But sometimes they can be interesting. Sometimes it's like that you got to get through the first few scenes just to
it's terrible.
ease into it.
No, terrible. You can watch those on your own.
I do.
So the synopsis is
Penis B9.
A volcanologist. How do you say that?
I need to see it.
It's like a psychologist, but volcanologist. There we go. Jeez Louise. I don't know why I couldn't say that at first. Harry Dalton or Pierce Brosnan and Mayor Rachel Wando or Linda Hamilton from Terminator. Finally convinced the unbelieving populace that the big one is about to hit and that they need to evacuate immediately. Only to discover her 2 children had gone up the mountain to get their grandmother's stupid chick. With Earth's almost did it again. Clock racing against them. They must rescue the kids and grandma before the volcano explodes in a fury of flame and ash 1,000,000 times more powerful than an atomic bomb. Holy crap. Release date was February 7th, 1997. Director is Roger Donaldson. And then starring, obviously, Pierce Brosnan, Linda Hamilton, and Charles Holliland. Whatever. Budget was $116 million. And yeah. So for those who did see the movie, I honestly really thought that the little girl that was Linda, or the actress Rachel Wando or Linda Hamilton, was her actual daughter because they had the same haircut.
It was the 90s.
Same haircut, and their face was kind of same shaped, but turns out they are not related.
Yeah.
Not related.
I could have pretty much
sad
told you that. Like the only movies that have like siblings or family is like anything with Will Smith.
No, freaking what's her name?
Angelina Jolie.
Kate Beckinsale, I think her daughter played in the last movie. I think that's her daughter. Maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe not. But she did have kids with the Lycan guy. The main Lycan guy. Lucian. The guy that plays Lucian.
Lotion?
No, in this one it's Lucian. They actually had, I think, 2 kids together, so that's pretty interesting. I always think it's cute when like same movie people like get together and have like kids and get married.
So we're gonna talk about Twilight again. Love you, Randy. But Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, they were like dating for a really long time until she cheated on him with like a director.
She cheated on him?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 years into their relationship, and she was on another movie, and she was found cheating on him with that director, who was like 40, 45, and he was married.
Wow.
I think that's a story. Allegedly.
I mean, I could see her doing that.
But you can't cage a Rolling Stone.
I mean, now he's Batman, so I mean, he's pulling all the ladies now. He's got them all wrapped around his little finger.
His little bat wing.
His little bat wing.
I saw a bat today when I was driving back from Starbucks.
Did you? Was it a vampire bat? Did you
doubt
capture it? Did you let it bite you? Did you let it bite me?
I hid it somewhere in the house.
Ooh, I want to find it.
And it's actually like just a ravenous, because it was out in the daytime. Usually they're night. I'm pretty sure that one had rabies.
So I'm pretty sure it's not a bat then, because I don't.
No, it was fluttering around like a bat.
Maybe it was dying, and it was just a bird dying.
It was not a bird. I saw it.
I thought bats didn't come out during the day.
They usually don't, unless they have
Exactly.
rabies.
So you're saying it has rabies? So
I just said it like twice.
Are you a scientist? Do you have
Yes.
a PhD in batology?
Pretty huge dick in batology.
You have a huge one? Let me see. Whip it out.
It's squishy.
It's squishy? It's gross.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about the movie. So we enter Dante's Peak in a storm of ash and sadness and destruction. People running around.
No. No. Oh. Well, you're talking about the movie title, not actual Dante's Peak, because they weren't at Dante's Peak when.
No, they weren't. So I said entering Dante's Peak, like the movie.
You're talking about the title. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Come on.
You come on. Shoot.
Shoo. What you gonna do? No, I'm So we enter then, and Pierce Brosnan, who is Harry.
Harry.
I can't remember his last name. He said it like 400 times. I can't remember it.
401.
Probably. Enters and he's driving and he can't see and he's driving and then he stops and he tries to get his girlfriend who's obsessed with volcanoes. And
she's like, we have to stay and watch this.
Look at the numbers. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about the numbers.
Dumb. Like, why are people so... And there's people actually out there like that, too, which is
You know, I definitely can understand an interest in volcanoes, but to the point where I'm sitting there while it's coming at me, I'll be like, maybe
But that's
not.
like with a lot of other things, too, like tornadoes and... Sharks and just people are like so mesmerized. Like the...
Penguins.
Like the people that crawl into fucking tiger and bear cages at the zoo and shit.
They're fluffy.
They just look so cute. I just want to go pet them. And they climb in there and get mauled to death.
Like one slow blinks at me, you know I'm jumping in that fucking
It's like,
bed.
it loves me. And you hop in there and then get mauled to death.
Oh my god, like those stupid people in, I think, Germany who jumped in the polar bear
So
thing.
dumb.
Oh, people are so stupid.
But I mean, I will admit.
You know who's going to get blamed for that?
The fucking animal.
The zoo.
No, the animal.
No, the zoo.
Well, it's like
The
that tiger.
That's the animal.
The tiger that ripped that woman to shreds, they put the tiger down because they're like, well, that's just not right that tiger did that. Bitch, you crawled into a tiger cage and they probably feed it like not as much as they should. So it was probably hungry and it's like, ooh, fresh meat. And was like, rah. But what was I going to say?
Anyway, let's continue.
No, I was going to say something very important.
I really
But
highly
you
doubt
made
it.
me forget because you don't let me talk ever. Ever. Know what I'm saying?
Can we proceed?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. And so they get in the truck and they're driving, and she's like, can you even see? And he's like, I can't see. And so he proceeds to drive recklessly down the road. And then what happens next? Do you remember?
Yeah, volcano meteor hits her in the head. Well, hits the top of the vehicle.
Goes through and
smashes her head.
And then she seizes a little bit. That's actually kind of true. If you get hit in the head really hard, right before you die, you'll probably start seizing. So just heads up.
I mean, she had a very short part.
Yeah, she did. But then 4 years later, Pierce Brosnan is doing push-ups in his room, ignoring a call from his boss. And he gets sent to the Northern Cascades. Wait, was it Northern?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it says Northern Cascades. And we learned something today. I figured out where I knew they were kind of on the West Coast, but I wasn't exactly sure. It goes from Oregon to like the bottom portion of British Columbia, Canada. That's a lot. That's a mountain range.
You're talking to the person who thought Alaska was in the Gulf of Mexico. So I don't think I'm much.
You know where California is?
No. Is it by New York?
Yes.
Yes, I know where California is.
So California, then we have Oregon.
Okay.
North
Washington.
of that. Washington.
And then Canada.
British Columbia.
Canada.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vancouver's right there too.
Oh, okay. I get that then.
Are you sure?
Yeah, got
Okay,
it. Cool. 10,000%.
So
where's it at again?
What?
Where's it at again?
Fuck you. So then we get into the actual town of Dante's Peak, and Rachel, who is the mayor, is running around and getting dressed and blah, blah, blah. And then she gets to the fair, I guess it is, or it's Pioneer Days. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's Pioneer Days, and she parks stupid illegally, like real illegal.
She's the mayor. She
So
runs
what?
that freaking town. She built it from the ground up. And now it's underground.
Now it's under lava. Now they have to call it Dante's Lava Town.
Dante's Lava Town.
So she just parks super illegally. I just find that funny. And then we see two people in the hot springs.
Oof, they had it rough. They were just trying to get their pleas on people. Like, come on, movie director Roger Donaldson. Just let them, you know.
No, it's not the director's fault. It's the writer's fault.
He's a director. He's directing it. It's his fault. Because he was like, yeah, I want to have that in there. Let's have this young couple jump into this super hot spring because they're trying to have a random vacation. And they get burned alive.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
In a huge boiling pot of water.
Whee.
That would hurt. Oof, I can't imagine that.
Yeah, but it's like essentially you are being boiled like a frog. You know how that's how you kill a frog?
But like they were right by the edge. How'd they not get out?
It exploded in front of their faces.
So it was instantly like 1,000,000 degrees.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
And they were just, their feet probably burnt. Ooh, God, I can't imagine that. Eesh.
I really think that if that actually happened, their skin would be off. They would look like Two-Face kind of thing. Like skin ripped off.
Oh, yeah. It would be like...
Because when you saw them when they were getting the bodies out of the water...
They were just had boils on them.
Yeah, and I feel like if it was to the point of
hot, yeah.
murder and death...
Especially they were probably in there for an hour or 2 or 3 by the time they got up there.
Yeah, maybe.
So their skin would probably definitely melted off. Yee.
But yeah, that's
they would have boiled from the inside.
Oh my gosh. Did you hear about that story where that girl was wanting to be tan for her wedding and so she went tanning? Like you only could tan once a day, but she really wanted to be tan, so she would go to different tanning salons and tan like for 15 minutes each place. And then she apparently like cooked herself. It's definitely an urban legend, but I just find it funny.
Is she alive still?
I think it's an urban legend. I don't think it's true.
Oh. I mean, I'm pretty sure people probably do that though.
It's gross. Don't look like a Dorito, folks.
A nacho cheese Dorito.
Nacho. So then, after the presidential showing of, they're the second second best town to live in, under 20,000 people.
The second most popular town to live in.
Okay, sure. under 20,000 people. So the first one is somewhere in Montana, like I said. But, and so then this is when Rachel meets Harry, the dreamy Harry, who is a geologist.
Dreamy Harry.
The volcanologist.
The volcanologist?
That's what he said.
The volcanologist. You said volcanologist.
Okay, it's funnier. Anyway, and so she like instantly has doe eyes at him, and she's like, I'm gonna fuck you later. But she didn't.
Well,
really
it's
say
Pierce
that.
Brosnan, so I mean,
He is a decent.
who wouldn't want to do him?
He's Irish too. He has a cute ass aunt.
Ass in?
Ass
You've been
in.
looking at his ass in front of me? How dare you?
You did too.
I did.
So then they drive. They keep on stopping for random things, and then they go pick up the kids, and then they go to the grandma's house, and then they go to the hot springs where they're gonna go dip in the hot springs with the grandma. Ew.
I mean, the grandma was fully dressed, babe. They weren't gonna jump. They weren't all gonna get in there. I think just
she
the
was.
kids
She
were.
said she was gonna get her swimsuit.
Yeah, I don't think she did, because she was already walking up there. She wasn't carrying anything unless she put it on underneath.
Maybe she did.
Maybe she didn't.
Or maybe she was just gonna go skinny dip.
That would be gross with the kids there. I mean, she was kind of a dumb grandma, so
We'll get into that.
yeah.
So then Harry's like, they find dead squirrels, and the girl screams, and I'm like, okay, dead squirrels. Why would you scream at that? Like, we see them along the side of the road all the time. And we see armadillos.
But they had maggots coming out of them already. It was like a
horrendous.
plethora of maggots.
Gross.
That was a little gross. Would you want to eat them?
No, I'm good.
Have little maggot tacos?
I'm good. Thanks. I'm fine.
With ketchup?
I'm good.
That's gross.
So then they go there. They're Pierce Brosnan, who is Harry. I keep on wanting to call him Pierce, but it's not his his character name. Is testing stuff, and then they realize the girl starts screaming. Wait, no, the kid was about to jump in, and Pierce Brosnan saves him, and then the girl screams, and they find the two bodies of the boiled people. So we call
that kid would have been boiled alive too.
That's pretty much it. So
Look at Pierce or Harry just saving everybody.
he is. If everybody just listened to him, this would have been a short movie, and everybody would have been happy.
Yeah, right. It would have been a 5-minute movie.
Maybe 20, maybe 30.
20. I mean, they could have pushed it a little bit more, but
Just
they could have had that first argument with a guy, Paul, I think his name is. He's like, he could be like, no, nothing's going to happen. And then the next day, he'd be like, all right, never mind. You're right. Let's get everybody out.
Just to be safe.
Yeah,
No,
just to be on the
fucker.
safe side.
So then after this happens, the recruits come in. So his squad or team or whatever, and his boss come. Paul is the big guy. He's the boss. And then Terry is the guy who likes to kick the equipment. Mm-hmm. And then I don't remember the other names. Nancy was the girl. And then there's a guy who likes coffee. Coffee. Cappuccino. Java.
Yes.
That's one part I remember when because I watched this a long time ago, and this movie stressed me out as a kid, and it still stresses me out now.
Well, we'll get to the stressful parts.
Okay. So here come the recruits. Boss makes an entrance, and he's like, no, we're not going to, And so he enters at the point when they're having a council meeting, and they're discussing if we should alert the town to evacuate. And then Paul is saying that, there's no reason to evacuate. We'll keep an eye on it, and as soon as something weird happens, we'll alert the town.
But you got to pay attention to Harry's comment. He says that the volcanoes are very unpredictable and that they could go from chill to explodey within minutes. So that's it's kind of hard to miss that part too when he says that, because it's a pretty important line, I guess. Mm-hmm. Because that literally ends up happening, because there's nothing's happening, and they go out and check it, they do this test, they go on the edge of the volcano, and they take that little machine, whatever the fuck they call it, the guy that kicks it, I don't know if they have a name for it. Terry?
Oh, the spider.
No, spider
legs.
So they take that out there, and then all of a sudden, that's when all shit hits the fan, It's like they get that. And even then, Paul was like, no, it was very minimal. And that's when Harry was like, no, I was there. Like, this is going to, shit's about to happen. And he's like,
they really should have. Like, their friend got injured. It was to the point where it was like, rock sliding. I think it would have been better just to be like, hey, guys, just to be safe, maybe we should go to the town over.
Let's get these people out of here. But there goes Paul again. Good old trusty Paul. Like, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Fucking idiot. Anyway.
Douche nozzle. And so Harry packs. Okay, so then at this point he's upset. He wants to pack and leave, but then he decides to stay and goes to a bar. They
all show up.
And then I realized, like, then a little bit of, like, they all show up, they talk about it, and then he's like, okay, we'll give you a week, blah, blah, blah. Like, they stay. They all stay. And then Harry, I forgot his name for a second. Harry rents a truck. I'm not sure where he's getting all these trucks, and he's destroying every single one. So
he only destroyed one
in the first scene.
Oh, in the very first. Well, they might have been living there. Maybe we don't know.
He goes and visits there and tests everything. It's not a permanent situation because you heard him. He goes to Colombia, the Philippines.
Well, I'm sure he has really good insurance because he's like volcanologist.
Nobody's gonna insure him.
Well, he also has, like, they're not like brand new vehicles. I mean, they're kind of like old but trucks. It's
1997, so it's probably a brand new vehicle.
Maybe.
So then this is when Paul rents a helicopter with the douchebag helicopter driver, and they go circle the mountain, I guess the volcano, and it's like steaming. And you mention, it's cooking.
It's cooking.
You
can make some eggs on that bad boy.
Do you really want to?
Fuck yeah, I would eat them.
Oh, no, you wouldn't. And so this brought up a question: how often do volcanoes erupt around the world? And I did some digging.
Oh, nice.
I Google searched it. Wasn't digging. It popped right up. So each year, big eruptions are between 50 and 60 each year. So technically, roughly around one a week.
Really?
But there are smaller eruptions, and that happens constantly.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
I learned something.
I did too.
Interesting.
Thought they only but okay, so like the big, huge ones, like the dormant ones, like that can destroy cities. Those
but you have to realize people realize, hey, maybe it's not a great idea to be like living right next to a volcano, so they
still have them.
They do, but they live on the right side of the volcano, so it doesn't affect them.
That motherfucker can erupt and go whatever direction it wants to. It's still that, what are they, pyroplastic blast or gas or whatever. Like, that's the deadly shit, and then the lava's after that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not live by a volcano, whether it's on the front, back, side, middle.
I would still go to like Hawaii and go to rock climbing.
Yeah, like Hawaii. I would not live in Hawaii. That's just a big dormant volcano that could get pissed off at the world and be like, fuck all y'all, and then just poof.
But and I also read that since like the ice caps are melting, they've noticed that there's been, since the 1970s, volcano eruptions are happening more frequently.
I bet.
The earth is pissed off people.
Fuck yeah, it is. It's like The Happening.
I was just about to say that.
Beat you to it.
Damn it.
I read your mind.
No, you didn't.
I'm all up in there like swimwear.
What am I thinking now?
That you want to slap me? Was that
all right? No, actually. Rachel has a crush on Harry.
I think they both have a crush on each other.
Yeah, they like each other. Microquakes are happening, and like they were concerned, but literally, apparently, microquakes happen all over the world. They're always happening, but you don't notice it because it's just like
it's a microquake.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And so then this is when they bring the spider legs machine to the volcano, and Terry drops it down the volcano, and it stops working. And then what does he decide to do?
No. He untethers himself first, then it gets a nice shake, and then he gets buried by rocks.
And he broke his leg.
Because he untethered himself.
So they call the helicopter douche, and
he wanted to up his pay.
Negotiate his pay.
Fucking asshole. Like someone's on the side of a mountain crushed and is like, oh, I'll go out there if you pay me like $10,000 more. Bitch, but how about I stab you in the jugular?
But Paul is like, he's like, pay him whatever he wants, like kind of thing. So that's good. He's a good boss. He wants to make sure.
No, he's not. He's an idiot boss.
Stop yelling at me.
Oh, sorry. He's an idiot boss.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Terry is rescued. They're hugging as they get pulled away. Hugging. That's cute.
That is cute.
They're
probably whispering sweet nothings into each other's ears.
He's probably saying, fuck that robot.
I just want to kick that fucking robot.
You smell different when you're awake.
Jesus.
That's fun. Okay. So then they go to the bar again and they see the lovely Mayor Rachel, and Harry decides to walk her home and they almost kiss, but then the doctor, Jane Fox, comes over and she's like, ooh, I got some gossip.
I hope she didn't survive. Oops, was that mean to say?
That was mean.
Jesus.
Wow.
Can I retract that statement? I'm not going to. But can I take that back?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm not going to. So then they go back to her house. They're about to make out or have sex or whatever. And the kid fucking is like, Mommy, I need water. They pour the water and the water is
brown and
blech.
Tasty and smells like sulfur.
Ew.
I would take a sip.
No, you won't even take a sip of our current water. So, what the fuck?
I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Look and throw it at the wall.
Stick your tongue in it. It's not the same. Oh my God, that's funny. So water is gross, and now they finally put the town on alert, and everybody's freaking out.
I just like when they're in that little meeting, and like they had the first meeting, everything was fine, nothing happened. Then they have this meeting. And they're like, all right, now, we don't want to cause a panic. So just everybody just take this form and, start packing your shit and let's get out of town. And all of a sudden, bam. Then the volcano's like, I'm about to erupt, bitches.
I'm going to take some of you with me.
I'm taking all you mofos with me.
You didn't sacrifice anything for the last 8 years. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, y'all had your chance to leave. I'm here now.
And so he's on the phone talking to people, and I made an observation that Pierce Brosnan's hair looked very soft, and I was like, I want to touch it.
You just want to touch him in general. I would watch that.
No, I just want to touch his hair. I want to know what conditioner he was.
Which hair?
His head hair.
Oh, which head hair?
Fuck off. Son of a bitch.
Oh, sorry.
Are you done? Like, I
might start laughing in a little bit.
I fucking hate you. So the earthquake happens, and it like literally takes the town down, and it's ridiculous. The church has a little shake, and then all of a sudden it all tips over.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
the chimney just falls completely off.
Did they not fucking put a foundation
in? It's 1997. Like their construction.
It's better than that.
Isn't as good as it is now.
I highly doubt that.
Probably shitty now. But.
Very highly doubt that. And so I was sitting there and I was like, bye. As everybody runs around. And so
you didn't even talk about the poor guy fell
it's my next
okay.
My next point. God damn it, calm down. And so everybody's freaking out and they start running out of the gym. And this poor old man falls, and guess what? He gets trampled. And guess who saves the day again? Pierce Brosnan.
Freaking Harry.
So that pisses me off because it's always a me first mentality. It's like, if you always think me first, guess what? That's where traffic happens, because it's just over and over and over human error. Traffic shouldn't exist, people. It's just because y'all fucking suck and don't know how to drive.
When you're getting on the highway, zipper.
Boop.
Boop, one in front of the other.
And then there would be zero traffic. But no, everybody's like, no, me first. I have to cut in. I saw this guy literally almost clip somebody because they wanted to get in.
Or they slam on their brakes for no fucking reason.
Pisses me off. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox.
She's off her soapbox. Sorry, peeps.
So then at the end, they're back at the hotel room, I guess, or wherever they have all their equipment. And Paul is the bigger man, and he apologizes. He's like, "You're right, I was wrong," kind of thing. And so he's like, "Let's."
A little fucking too late for that, my guy.
No. And the gas station starts on fire, and I found that interesting.
Shit's already like tearing havoc into this town, and everybody could have been out of it. People would have been safe. The dogs would have survived. At least one dog survived.
Yeah, it's true.
It was missing.
His name is Ruffy.
Well, he is roughy looking. Did you not see his fur?
Yeah, but
and
it's
he
like,
was like in a volcano ash area for a day.
dog.
I wonder what he ate. He probably ate ash. He's gonna get cancer.
Not everything gets cancer. So Grandma's stupid, and she stays.
She is dumb.
I just.
Like they called her, like, "Hey, the volcano's about to," and you know her house had to be shaken. She's like literally
On
right
the
there,
volcano.
like right there. You know her house. She's like, "Nope, I'm staying here. I'm not going anywhere." And then just hangs up the phone, like hangs up on her. So then these brave little kids, I don't know how the hell this kid learned how to drive, but hey,
She shouldn't have been driving.
bravo to him. He drove in this like death ash to this grandma's house, and she's like, "Y'all drove all this way?" These kids risking their lives for this
Dumb
grandma. They get there, and I like when freaking what's her name? What's her name? Rachel. When they get back to her house and they figure out that the kids are gone, they left a note saying they went to grandma's house, and they get to grandma's house, and she walks in when they find them, and she just gives her like this death stare. She's like, "Don't look at me like that. It's not my fault."
Yes, it is your fault.
Ma'am, yeah, it is, because they could have been out of town. So that was the second thing. They had Paul, and then now the grandma. Who's the worst one?
Oh, well, that's really hard.
That is hard.
The helicopter driver.
That was not the choice, but okay.
So before Harry and Rachel get there, the guy has a truck with vents on it, which means that they could get submerged in water and be okay. But then stupid people follow after him in their regular sedans.
Yeah, like low to the ground vehicles.
And they're like, "Oh, we'll make it. We'll be fine." I'm sorry, your car's not a submarine.
Maybe they thought it was.
People are so dumb.
That one wagon, I mean, it looks kind of like a submarine, you know, when it's underwater. Because that's what's going to fucking happen to it.
that like bothers me. I'm like, okay, first logical thinking. If I was approaching that river and I'm in my car, I'd be like, maybe this is not a great idea.
But I think that was the only way they could go.
They were on the road, and it's again me first mentality. They find shortcuts to cut, get like.
But they
through
should
things.
be smart enough. Like, well, that river looks a little high. I don't think my little sedan is going to make it through there.
If you see that truck that has it like all the way up here, and your car goes to that, you're going to be submerged and die. So congratulations, you killed yourself.
Maybe that's what they're doing the whole time.
That's stupid. Helicopter guy's stupid because he's trying to get fares, but obviously that was a poor decision because there's ash and you're flying and
Ash will get into the engine and shut that bad boy down.
But he apparently was not good enough to know that.
He's a pilot. He's not a mechanic.
You have to know kind of like, hey, maybe this is not a good decision. Like the electric storm.
He just wanted money because he's an idiot.
Well, he's not.
But then the freaking the one bald guy, the one that was talking about he didn't want them to call like that meeting to like make a panic because they had some investor coming to like give $18 million and like 800 jobs and all this crap. So he was more about money. Yeah. So
stupid.
I'm glad he was taken out. The stupid pilot was taken out. And I mean,
Grandma was taken out.
The investor, like, I don't know if he was a terrible guy or not, but he was taken out too. So,
and so the kids make it to the I'm just skipping around right now, but I just wanted to comment. The kids did not make good time because like right after, maybe like a minute after, 10 minutes after, like Harry and Rachel show up.
Well, it's kids driving, and he can barely see over the freaking steering wheel, and he's driving in ash, and it's dark. I give that kid credit. He took the initiative to go check on Grandma, and
that was dumb.
I didn't say it wasn't, but he took the initiative. He wanted to save his grandma, even though
kid's gonna go places.
He is gonna go places.
Stupid. So then here comes the lava, and it literally just busts through Grandma's house and is like the Kool-Aid man, except hot Kool-Aid.
And she turns around, just sees her house like getting trampled by lava. And she just like, crap, maybe I should have left a long time ago.
Yeah, maybe should have. I'm on a volcano.
That's erupting literally right now.
And so, do you remember how they escaped?
In a boat?
In a boat.
Of course I remember. We just watched it.
I know. You don't remember shit, so I
don't.
to. I'm double checking on you.
And what were they say that made the water turn?
There's acid, like it's the sulfur.
The sulfur made I guess sulfur in the heat made it turn into acid or something.
Something like that. I'm not.
That sucks. But then Grandma saved the day.
Well, no. So there's all of a sudden. Pierce Brosnan, I keep on wanting to call him Pierce Brosnan. Harry sees that the bottom of the boat is kind of steaming.
Well, no, they see all the dead fish first.
They see all the dead fish and they're like, wow, I can understand dead fish just being like, okay, maybe the pH balance in this water is killing them off. Not like, holy crap, the water's acid. I wouldn't have thought that. So with the fish dead, that's like one thing. Because you can put
Well, you're also not a volcanologist. He is.
I'm not a volcanologist.
Volcanologist.
You know what?
So he knows like that water can turn to acid because he already knew what the fuck was happening. So that's scary though. That's a big vat of acid.
A big vat. And so then...
Jesus.
They were like, okay, pull up your feet. And then they start singing, row, row, row your boat as the boat is trying to cross the lake. And then all of a sudden, the motor dies.
Because the fans were eaten.
Yeah, seriously. And so Harry puts his jacket around his arm. And then I remember this as a kid. And he just does one big swoop and then all of a sudden falls off. And he still puts his hand in. And I'm like, and his hand didn't get burned.
He didn't fall off.
Yeah, it did. I saw it. Like, I remember it.
Oh, like the jacket part.
The jacket part fall off around his arm.
Yeah, I was thinking that they were going to, like, show his arm, like...
Get a little bit scolded.
But they didn't.
And so then they're almost to the dock, and the kids are like, oh, crap, we're sinking. And I'm like, obviously. Like,
You've been sinking.
The entire
Just
time.
very slowly.
It's like the
now
Titanic.
It's sped up.
Did you know the movie Titanic? Do you know how long it took the Titanic to sink?
Wasn't it like a day or something?
It was 2 hours and 12 minutes.
Oh, shit. I was going to say it was short, but...
No, it was really short. But when the movie was made, if you take away all the present portions, like with the old lady, the movie would have been 2 hours and 12 minutes. The exact time that the Titanic took to sink.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that cool?
That's pretty dope.
Anyway, off topic, but you learned something. The boat's sinking, and the grandma kind of gets redemption by jumping out of the boat and bringing everybody to land. I mean, it was not smart, but...
She would have died in the lava, so she was going to die regardless, whether they would have went up there or not, so yeah.
True, but I was just like, hey, y'all, like, she sucked. So she's like, okay, maybe I should like...
Yeah, maybe I should... They came up here to get me.
Oops.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Sorry, my bad.
Let me save the day. Let me jump in this.
So she jumps out, pulls
vat
into...
of acid.
And then they get on the dock. The dock, like, collapses under them, and they make it to land, and then the grandma's dying. And the thing about acid is different than a regular fire burn, because... A fire burn, once you put it out, yeah, your skin is still, like, pain and scorched. But with an acid burn, the acid stays on your skin unless you wash it off. Mm-hmm. And she obviously didn't wash it off. So she's just continuously burning.
No, she did wash it off, but with more acid.
Oh. Right. So they're being melted by lava. That's pretty much it. On the acid doesn't stop burning. Yeah, that's what I did. Okay, and so now we are back to Paul and his troop of people, and they are like, we need to go. Oh, the bridge is going to give out, obviously.
And they're driving like
why is there only
2 miles
one
an
point
hour?
of entrance, like, to this place? Like,
it's a small town.
For, like, logic's sake.
They could have built, like, another bridge somewhere.
Right? Just like a different bridge down the river or something that would have been like another
But then
option.
they also did not think that this 7,000 year dormant volcano was going to erupt abruptly.
Doesn't matter. You have to be prepared for shit like that, though.
Seriously? Talking about this town being prepared when everybody's like, no, I don't want to tell anybody that this thing's about to erupt. Because it's all about dinero.
Okay, whatever.
Don't know whatever. It's true.
So the Hummers go across the bridge first, and you commented about how slow they were going.
They're going extremely slow.
That's why Paul
And
died.
then the second Hummer was like stopped for some strange reason. The van hits the Hummer gets to go, jumps over, the other one jumps over, and then Paul is stuck on the bridge. And then his dumb ass was like, maybe I should stay in the van
and just hit the
on
gas.
this tilting over bridge and just hit the gas as hard as I can to get it to go. Instead of getting out like a smart guy and jumping the fuck off. Yeah, he deserved his perishment.
And so you got upset during that. And I quote, "That's what he gets. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He's the problem. Fuck that guy." It was really aggressive.
He deserved everything that he got. He should have actually burned in the lava. That's what I think.
So Paul's dead.
Paul's dead.
We're sad.
We're not sad. Did you say we're sad? I'm not sad. You can be sad.
Then we move on back to Harry, where he drives over lava. So he hijacks a new car, he hot wires it, and the lava is going over the road, and it looks a little dry. It's not.
It's not. It's fresh.
It's fresh, but it's just a little black on top. And so they drive over it, and his wheels start on fire. The whole truck starts on fire, and I'm
They
like,
get stuck.
and they get stuck, and I'm like, that was so dumb.
There's more lava coming down in front of them.
And
That's a stressful part.
yeah, the boat was stressful. This
Yeah,
was
the boat was
stressful.
stressful. The going over the lava part was stressful. And then just the whole Paul's demeanor was stressful to me.
Yeah, he's stupid.
Yeah.
And then Ruffy
grandma.
comes along.
Hey, they found the dog, and they're playing like good music because everybody's saved, even though not yet.
Everybody's like happy, and I'm like, it's not a happy ending yet.
The
Jesus.
dog survived. It is a happy ending.
His name is Ruffy.
I would have been clapping. I would be like, yay!
Did you cry?
No, almost did at the end
Really?
when they all got out. I couldn't remember the ending, so I thought. Well, never mind. We'll get to it.
We're getting to the end. So Harry goes back to the little place where they had all their equipment, and he grabs the elf. And the elf is the NASA funded.
It's basically a new beacon thing that they're trying to, test out and see if it works for saving people that are in crunch time situations.
Literally.
Literally.
So then this is when the volcano actually blows.
Kablooey.
Really big. And I said, "Ooh, it looks pretty." And you thought I'm crazy. But I said there can be beauty in chaos.
There can be beauty in chaos. There
at
can.
me.
100%.
And so to save themselves, they're trying to beat that cloud, and they run into a mine.
The mine where the kid hangs out at. And good thing he did,
yeah,
because
good
he
thing he
set
did.
them up for survival. Had chips and dip. And I mean, he didn't have dip, but he had chips and
I wish he had
what else?
dip.
He had
Water.
but there was something else he said that food wise. But anyway, so he like actually
and
set them
cookies?
up for like a
little-
what is it? Like a
Survival
survival.
thing like I have here.
I can't think of the word that I'm trying to say.
Stash house.
Yeah, there we go. That's close enough.
And then Harry just remembers that he left the elf back in the truck, which was
Freaking Harry, come on, man.
I mean, yeah, it was smart that he brought it, but he should have just
You've been
grabbed it.
spot on this whole time, my dude.
Except for driving over the lava. But
That was the only way.
it was,
In real life, they would not have made it.
it's a movie.
In the movie, they can.
And so he goes back to get the elf, and all of a sudden there is a
Collapsing.
Cave-in, that's what it's called. A cave-in. And, what gross thing happens?
His arm bone sticks out,
His fibula. Oh, wait.
and you hear crunch and crunch.
Radius and ulna. His ulna, like, snapped and poked out of his skin.
It looked cute.
Blech.
I would have licked it.
All right, so I need to get over that gross part. I don't like bones. I don't like bones sticking out of things. I don't like stuff like that. Anyway.
Well, if a zombie apocalypse happens, you're going to be seeing a lot of that, so you might as well get used to it.
From a distance, I'm going to shoot them.
No, you're not, because that's going to cause more to come.
Maybe.
You have to use knives or swords.
I have my Bowie knife.
There you go.
So then he gets in the truck, and all of a sudden the cave-in gets worse, and it crushes the truck, and so now he's trapped in the truck. And he turns on the elf, and he has to kick it. Shout out to Terry, who survived. He kicked it, and it started beeping. And so then it flashes back to his team, who Terry's like looking at it, and he's like, "How long has this been beeping?" And he's like, "I don't know, a couple days." I'm like, usually you'd fucking figure it out after a couple days.
If you see like a red blinking light, normally you would pay a little bit more attention to it. The guy saw it and is like,
must be nothing.
It's nothing important.
Except it's Pierce.
If I found out, I would slap the fuck out of that dude. They could have got saved like a day earlier.
It was the curly-headed kid, wasn't it?
No, it was just a random guy. He hasn't been in there. It was when they were like, I guess at their station or whatever.
I think I was writing something down. And so then they rescue Harry, and then they're together, and then they're gonna go fishing.
They're gonna go fishing, and he's gonna get his elbow fixed with his bone sticking out. I thought his leg got fucked up. I didn't know it was arm. So that was at least arm. It's better the arm than the leg. Because then he wouldn't have made it in the truck.
My body hurts.
If it's like, what is the big bone in your thigh?
I don't want to talk about femur.
Femur. If that bad boy was sticking out, he wouldn't be going anywhere. He wouldn't be going anywhere.
I hate you so much.
Just, like this huge bone just protruding.
So what's your score?
Oh shit. I mean, it's a good movie, even though Paul fucking sucks and the grandma fucking sucks. I don't know. I mean, I like all movies. I just give them all 10s.
I'm going to give this a solid 8.
Solid.
It's a like solid. Solid as the
solid rock. As a rock. Steady. Steady rocking all night long.
What's your score?
I said a 10.
Oh, I was.
I said that like 20 minutes ago.
All right. So that was our movie today. Now we're on to the topic.
Ooh, is it my topic?
Do you remember?
Fuck no.
I do.
I have no idea.
If you could have any talent, what would you have?
Oh. Did I write that down?
I think you did, yeah. I think it's on the top.
I didn't. At least I didn't write it on my notepad.
It's on that piece of paper.
Oh, it's on this one?
Yeah. It's on that piece of paper.
Oh, look at that. It is here. So, what talent would you want to possess if you could?
Definitely I was thinking about this. I really would have liked to have some sort of musical talent. I'm not, like, I can play instruments, but not well. And I never had that, I don't know, drive to do that.
I mean, when I was in junior high, 9th grade, I played the trombone. Oh. It was actually pretty fun. But the gross part about it was like having to clean all the spit out of the bottom. That was disgusting. Ugh. That was really disgusting.
Probably smelled too.
It did. And then also I had to kind of cheat because I could read the notes and I know what they are, but when I'm trying to do it like fast, I couldn't process it quick enough. So I would write the position on my...
so you cheated?
No, it's not cheating. It's helping myself out. I would write the trombone position or like the note in, I guess, like English form or readable form. However, not the... What do you call the note? Oh, it's a note, isn't it?
You're asking somebody who's not musically
I would actually... I can't think of... It wasn't the position of the trombone. I would actually write like to how I knew where to put the fucking trombone. Because I think it was like... I can't remember. It was so long. It was like more than 20 years ago. Where to put the position of the trombone. So I would write it underneath so I can like do it quicker. And so that's the only way I can do it. I can't like read a note and be like, oh, I know exactly what that is, especially when you're trying to like do a song. So, but I actually like playing the trombone. It was fun. My other friend, he played the trumpet, but like I really wanted to do the saxophone.
So that would be your talent?
No, fuck no.
Well, we're talking about talents, not about your
I
musical
just said
history.
I played it and I like doing it. Well, were you done with your talent? I just was adding on to yours.
I wish I could draw better.
So we said you get to 3 talents, babe. So what are your 3 talents?
So music,
3 talents.
drawing, and
Third,
You can
waiting.
go. You can go while I think. Stop stressing me out, fucker.
I'm waiting. So obviously my first talent would be basketball, sports player. So basketball. No, I can't play basketball anymore because of my stupid knees. So basketball, I wish I would have had more of a talent and went a lot further in my basketball career. Or soccer, because I love soccer too. Just basically any sport that I like. And then second talent is I wish I was like, how do you say it? Like not a carpenter. Is it?
Builder? Construction worker?
Like, you know, like you can...
Worker.
You're just very handy with your hands, I guess. Like if,
So you're handy with your hands.
handy with your hands. A handyman. There we go. I wish I was a handyman.
I can fix stuff. I'm pretty good at fixing things. I mean, I electrocute myself along the way.
Exactly.
But...
No, I mean like legit, know what I'm doing. Like someone's like, hey, I have this problem at my house. I'm like, oh yeah, I know how to do that shit easy. And then just fucking go do it.
Then you like blow it up.
No, I said I'm a handyman, babe. Now if I did it, yeah, I would blow it up. I'm saying I wish I had that skill. And then third is, that's a good one. Yeah. I had one, but then I freaking forgot it.
So you do it to yourself. I can go.
You can go.
I wish I had like the talent to like know, like predict what would be like. How do I say it? To predict like what would be not important. Like
we're not talking
popular.
About supernatural, babe.
No, like like popular. Like how people like they predict trends and stuff. Like having that talent's actually really lucrative.
Oh, like the TikTok people?
Not like TikTok people. Like somebody who predict, like in a marketing firm, they'll be like, okay, what should we be promoting next? And somebody will be like, well, this is going to be.
Oh, just like a marketer.
Sure.
But like a legit badass marketer.
Yeah, but more so with like cryptocurrency or something.
Yeah, that'd be good. I guess my talent would be, my major one. Because I'm not very, what is it, creative?
You're creative.
I wish I had a creative talent. I'm not creative. Like if you asked me to like draw something, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Draw a horse and it looks like a dog.
Fuck no. It would look
snake.
terrible. It would look like it would look like a jacked up dinosaur or some shit. Like
Aww.
I wish I had like a creative talent to where like it's just people can just think of stuff. Like I had one legit, and I hate myself for not actually like trying to pursue this because this is like a legit thing, people whoever's listening, this is legit. And my boy that does listen, he knows this too. So we used to go to this place called Monster Car Wash in South Texas. I think I told you this story. And I was working in a restaurant then, so I was like balling on the budget, so I couldn't go out and spend a bunch of money in the bars. So the bartenders all knew me. If I didn't have money, they would still hook me up. They would help me out. But anyway, I would drink cheaply, so I would get Bud Lights on days, and I didn't because I think it was like $1 or $2 Bud Lights. But I hate Bud Light, so what I would do is I would either drink some or I would pour some out, and I would ask them to put lemon sour in it. I'd be like, can y'all put a little lemon sour in here? And they were like, at first, they looked at me like, what the fuck? And so they would do it, and I would drink it, and it tasted like a lemonade, like Bud Light lemonade. And then I think one time I asked them to put like a splash of grenadine like little cherry flavoring. So it's kind of like a cherry lemonade Bud Light. And then now, fucking, 15 years later or wherever it is, now they have Bud Light lemonade. They have Bud Light strawberry. They have Bud Light orange. They have all these different flavored Bud Lights. When I was doing this shit like 15 years ago, when I go to the bar, because I hated the taste of beer.
See, it's just shit like that.
But that's like the only thing that I could like say that I actually invented, but didn't because I didn't like pursue it. I should have. I don't know why I didn't. Like, I really don't know why. But anyway, that was my like one thing that I did way back then that is actually very popular now, because Bud Light lemonade tastes freaking delicious. Love it. Because obviously I was doing it back then. So I just wish I was creative. Like, and that was my one creative moment. And I haven't had a good one since. I got a hair in my mouth.
That just made me really sad. I'm sorry.
I know. That was, because I'm pretty sure they made a killing off of that. Because it's like seltzers now. Like, people go fucking ape shit over seltzers.
White Claw
and freaking Truly and
White Claw's Law.
And like but Bud Light lemonade, like I had my buddy try him, and he's like hardcore, like, no, I like beer, beer. And I'm like, fucking try this. It is delicious. If you like lemonade, you'll like it. And they had it, they're like, and then they started buying freaking Bud Light lemonade. Because it doesn't even have that, like, so if you like drinking, but you don't like that beer taste, freaking Bud Light lemonade is the best way to go. So, yeah, I'm sad. But that was my one time. My boy, if he listens to this episode, I'm sure he's going to text me and call me and be like, I fucking feel you, bro. I was there when you told me this shit. But yeah, those are my three. Yeah,
well, that's a sad ending to our topic. But so let's discuss movie. What's your movie next time? Your choice.
Oh shit. Well, obviously The Mask is like my all-time, hands down, Jim Carrey is my boy. I wish I could meet him one day. Favorite movie. So I think it's going to be The Mask. I seriously thought we did it already.
We have not. Are you sure you want to do that?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so next episode we're going to cover The Mask, and you can watch it on HBO Max. Look at all options. So HBO Max, Apple TV, Vudu, Amazon Prime Video for rent. Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
I love The Mask. Such a good movie. I'm going to be quoting so much shit now, you're going to get sick of me.
I'm already sick of you, dude.
I know you are. I love you too.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So the topic that we're going to discuss, I'm excited about. It's cryptids. What is your favorite cryptid? Do you remember what a cryptid is? I told you once.
Fuck no.
It's like mythical creatures, like urban legends, like the Hodag, Chupacabra.
Oh.
Mothman. Like the random.
What's my favorite one?
Yeah.
What if I don't have one?
Then you fucking figure it out.
I'm going to have to do research.
Good job. You can Google it. You can take 5 minutes out of your video games to research it.
No, I can't. Video games are life.
Okay, guys. So we need to make sure that we get people to send emails with your advice questions. You know how to do it. Go to inforthenightpodcast.com. Go to that contact. I always want to say contact tab thing, and you can contact us there, or you can email us at inforthenight69
at gmail.com.
There we go.
I got
Thank
you. I'm
you.
here for you.
You finally remembered what it is. So you can do it there. We do have merchandise. We do have Patreon. I will be submitting those. I haven't done the logo yet because I just randomly thought of it like yesterday. So I will make a logo. I have an idea of what I want to do. So that might take some time, but at least I can record something. And what's going to do is we're going to cover just random topics that I feel like talking about. So welcome to the chaos.
Yay.
But other than that, we hope that you enjoyed the show and we gave you a reason to stay in for the night.
Until next time, peeps.
Peace out.